Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a great game that really does capture that experience of being Indiana Jones as you're exploring these vastly different lands and taking our artifacts and solving these very intrinsic puzzles. I've been playing the game for about 10 hours now, and I have to say I highly recommend for you to check it out. The game is a lot more open than I thought it would be, as you have these very open environments with a lot of different side quests for you to encounter and different ways to approach them in terms of whether you're going in full on stealth or going in full on action in terms of beating your enemies, right? And the combat, I would say, is fun in that it has a lot of impact in terms of your punching, right? And as well as the use of your whip, which has a nice snap to it. And you got to use a lot of different environmental objects to attack enemies with, which is always fun, especially an enemy with a guitar and make them face the music basically, right? That's always a fun part of the game. The puzzles are the best part of the game, as it really does capture the Indiana Jones experience in terms of you using environmental clues and notes in order to figure out how the puzzle works. And I'd recommend for you to play this game without a guide, as that gives you the best experience with solving these different puzzles, and it really rewards your experience and know-how to figure out how these puzzles work. The story so far really does capture that adventure feel from the Indiana Jones movies as you're exploring these different environments throughout the world. And yeah, I would recommend it for the story too if you're a fan of the movies. I would say that the movement in the game is a lot slower, and the game as a whole is a lot slower, as you are playing as a 30 to 40-year-old man, I believe, and so your movements in the game, especially when you're climbing, you will notice will be a lot slower than in other games like Uncharted or Tomb Raider. And so I would keep that in mind if you're someone that's more interested in fast-paced gameplay. This is not the game for you. But the fast travel, I would also say, is a little wonky in my opinion with how you travel between locations. But it took a second for me to learn. But I still think it's all right in terms of how you do it, and it's a nice feature to have. Overall, this game is really solid, and I would highly recommend it for that Indiana Jones experience. And it's probably one of my best games of this year, I would say. And it's a little disappointing that it wasn't nominated for anything in the Game Awards, since obviously it came out after the nominations, right? But anyways, if I was to rate this game, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10 score, as the game overall is very solid, although a bit slow paced in terms of the movement. So yeah, that should be it for this review. If you guys liked what you heard, please give this a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do that, as that really helps out the channel. And yeah, I think that should be it. Talk to you guys later then. Bye.